The Mona Lisa of anime, an utter masterpiece, the damn near perfection that is Steel Ball Run. The anime has officially been announced and is coming soon. Let me in. Hey, if I were a dinosaur, I would be Tyrannosaurus Rex Savi. I'm so excited for the Steel Ball Run anime. If you want to know more about the Steel Ball Run or what happens in the manga, check out my first video on Steel Ball Run, link in the bio. There is a very familiar face in Steel Ball Run, someone who is just as iconic as the JoJos. The man, the myth, the legend, Diego Brando, with a Diego Brando with the stand scary monsters. Let me check my notes. Wait, what do you mean he turns into a dinosaur? Let's discuss who Diego Brando is, his backstory, and what makes him different from Dio. Or maybe not so different. Okay, let's briefly cover what the Steel Ball Run even is. In 1890, Steven Steele hosts the Steel Ball Run race. It starts on a beach in San Diego and ends in New York City for a grand prize of $50 million. A total distance of 6,000 kilometers or 3,728 miles, broken up into 9 routes or stages. The Steel Ball Run isn't a typical finish in first place and win the money. It's more like Mario Kart, and each of the stage gives racers points, and whoever has the most points at the end of the race. Unlike Mario Kart, racers can actually be disqualified, drop out, or even die during the race. During the first stage, Sandman was able to finish in 18 minutes and 9 seconds, but during the second stage, it took Diego Brando 18 days, 7 hours, and 24 minutes. Over 3,852 people entered the Steel Ball Run. It didn't matter what you used. Participants used camels, automobiles, traditional horses, and even their own legs. The prize is $50 million in 1890. My dude, that is $1.7 billion in 2025. Brother,
catch me outside, how about that?
That's generational wealth type of money. Even if I die, at least it was for $1.7 billion. With that type of money and fame that comes with winning the Steel Ball Run, the winner would be on top of the world. Massive spoilers to Diego's backstory and many trigger warnings. In 1870, a child was born somewhere in Britain in an impoverished region. The parents, being poverty-stricken, went to the mountains, dug a hole near a tree, wrapped a child in cloth, and placed him into that hole. The parents walked away as if the child never existed. It begins to rain, the nearby river begins to overflow. As the parents are walking away, the mother notices something in the river. A small hand appears in the river. The mother screams out, "Diego." The father becomes enraged for even giving a name to an already dead child, and insults the mother for saying they were wrong for their actions. As the mother continues to call out for Diego and eventually calling him Dio, she is pulled in by the river, with the father satisfied to get rid of both of them. The mother exclaims that Diego is still alive and apologizes for their actions. They are both found unconscious by a man who is employed on a nearby farm. The mother changes their surname to Brando and begins to work on a farm. Now 5 years old, Diego and his mother are unable to escape poverty. They both work from sunrise to sunset for barely any food, a place to sleep, and unfortunately nowhere else to go. Diego's mother continues to suffer abuse from the man that found them unconscious. She denies the man's advances, and in turn that man punishes her and Diego. He creates holes in their eating utensils, so when supper comes around, Diego and her are unable to eat the steaming hot soup. With barely any money, they cannot afford the 3 pounds for new ones. Diego, trying to be resourceful, asks to use an animal's pail and even his own shoe to pour the soup in. His mother asks to pour Diego's portion of hot soup into her hands. She states, "Eat this and grow big and strong so that you can grow up and protect your mother." A year later, at the age of 23, Diego's mother would die from tetanus. It is believed the germs came in from burn wounds on her hands, but Diego always knew that man was a true cause of her death. Before she passed away, she told Dio, "Don't be sad, it's all because of my sins. It's not your fault. Even the untamable horses on this farm listen to you. You should try riding them when you grow older, that's your talent." Dio wants to climb to the top of society and vowed to get revenge on that man and all the bloody country fucks that looked down on his mother and him. As Dio got older, he was considered to be a genius horse jockey, the best of the best. He would do anything for money and to win. In his 20s, he married an 83-year-old widow to inherit her fortune. The widow died 6 months later, and it is rumored Dio killed her. Through this traumatic childhood, Dio's mind is clouded. He sees humanity as a flock of pigeons, implying humanity is simple-minded and just a bunch of phonies, but something he can control. The Steel Ball Run is Dio's chance to climb that social ladder, possibly influence the royal family of England. Dio will do whatever it takes to get to that the end. No matter the timeline or universe, Dio is forever doomed to have it hard. My dude can't catch a fucking break. I really do feel for him this time around, because talk about a fucked up childhood. Diego's motivation for joining the Steel Ball Run is the most Dio thing ever. It's exactly what I expect from this man. Here's what makes him stand out from the other Dio. Without vampire powers, no stand at first, my guy just has genuine raw ass talent. Alongside his beloved horse Silver Bullet, a 4-year-old Arabian thoroughbred, he even has a pale star shaped mark on his forehead. If you know, you know. In the middle of a race, Diego can figure out a jockey's habit. During the first stage of the race, while racing against my king Gyro, Diego notices Gyro's horse slightly goes to the left every 8 breaths it takes and slows down. Diego is able to use this to his advantage and overtake Gyro every time his horse does this. If that's genuine talent, I don't know what is. Alright, let's talk about the thing you really care about. What the fuck is even Diego's stand? Big spoilers for Steel Ball here. Alright, so a stand user named Dr. Ferdinand and his stand Scary Monster, for whatever reason, has the ability to turn a person into a dinosaur. That same person can infect others and change them into dinosaurs. We don't see Ferdinand transform himself, but rather he can control the ones he has transformed. We see these half-transformed, half-human Dio eventually turn into a Utah raptor. Through the smallest grays from these dinos will cause someone to transform as well. Almost like it's a zombie infection. It's honestly pretty cool. Ferdinand's whole goal here is, I shit you not, the most JoJo thing ever is to get the body parts of Jesus Christ, specifically the eyeballs of JC, but these parts act the way the arrow did in previous parts, awakening someone's stand. Wait, isn't Dio's stand called Scary Monsters, but you're saying Ferdinand's stand is also Scary Monsters? How? Ferdinand is killed by mountain lions and Dio is able to get a JC eyeball for himself. That eyeball allowed Dio to keep the stand Scary Monsters for himself. So never question the power of Jesus, but more importantly, Araki ever again. Why did Araki choose to make Dio a dinosaur? No idea. But while Dio is full dino, he gets these awesome stripes along his body that spell Dio. The color scheme still retains his jockey outfit look. It's sick as fuck. Can we talk about how creepy these humanoid dinosaur transformations are? Gyro and Johnny are just so ugh. Anyways, while being partially transformed, Diego gets enhanced senses, strength, and able to transform others. Like, check out this panel. He's partially transformed himself and his horse to climb the rooftop of a building. In such a short time with his stand, Diego is able to fossilize people to look like trees, even dino candle. That's so rad. Unlike Ferdinand, Diego utilizes the stand to its fullest capabilities. Diego Brando is such an interesting character. He has a decently thought out backstory that gives him an understandable motive to be part of the Steel Ball Run. Even before he becomes a dino, he showcases how talented and capable he is on just his skills alone. Yeah, he still has those classic Dio traits, you know, hating humanity and seeing them as brainless pigeons and having murderous intent. He is a genuine problem for Johnny and Gyro. Dio isn't clueless. He knows he has to play nice with others to take down common enemies and even holds back that murderous intent. I mean, who doesn't think Dio's stand isn't cool? Like, he's a dinosaur that can turn others into dinosaurs. It's so cool. Yeah, Diego and classic Dio may share a lot of similarities to each other, but it's how Diego interacts with the world and the people that just have him stand out to me so much more. Wait, what do you mean there's another Diego that has a stand in the world? What the fuck?